Seb and I are here today at the Royal Perth Yacht Club in Western Australia, and I for one am feeling really privileged to be here because right over there from that patch of grass is where I started Board Free Australia. I said let's go to Brisbane. I skated down a ramp, skated all the way around this building and then all the way around the bay, past the CBD, and then 5 months later I got to Brisbane. This is where it all started for me. How do you feel about this, Sebby?
Skateboard this, skateboard that. Hey, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I can tell how much it means to you. It's a beautiful spot to start any journey, really.
Usually at this point I give a quick introduction of who Dave Cornthwaite is. And I tell you how he likes skateboarding, for example, but I think it's probably best if Dave tells you why he likes skateboarding so much and why this place is so important to him. I've been hearing it all morning and it's incredible.
It's not strictly true.
I am... It's not incredible, I'm just trying to create some sort of...
I'm so excited to be here, it's brilliant, it's like coming home. In 2006, August the 20th, I left from a jetty just out there. I don't even think it exists anymore, that's how long ago it was. But I said a couple of words to a camera. I said, let's go to Brisbane. And then I skateboarded down this ramp, around the corner of this building, and I went to Brisbane on a skateboard. Elsa. I left Perth, followed this dotted line all the way around the coast, and eventually Brisbane 5 months later. It was the world's longest skateboarding journey, and it started right here, so it's just brilliant to be back. This is awesome.
And that's just one of Dave's journeys. He's actually got 25 separate 1,000-mile journeys, each one using a different form of non-motorised transport. And he calls that challenge Expedition 1000.
I was 25 years old and I hit what I hope would turn out to be a quarter-life crisis. I had a long-term girlfriend that wasn't really going brilliantly. I was a graphic designer and very, very bad at it. I had a mortgage and I had a cat, and the cat was the only one of those four that I dearly loved. I realised at the age of 25 that I was really, really unhappy with life and I needed to make a change, and I believe that change is just completely down to ourselves. No one else is the master of our own potential. We have to make things happen for ourselves. So I went snowboarding with the girlfriend to try and salvage any remnants of the relationship. It didn't work, she left me a week later. But I realised that snowboarding had given me something that I'd never experienced before. 2 weeks later I skated into work, put my keys on the table, left the office, making myself two promises. One, I'm never going to work for anybody else again because it's just not fair on any employer. And secondly, I wanted to skateboard further than anybody else ever had. What's going on with your little green signpost on the road? Count down 5 kilometres. It's the same as on the Murray. Every 2 kilometres tells you how many kilometres you have left in the sea.
As long as you apply yourself and you believe you can. And this is another really good example by Dave.
I just picked up this book recently, it's brilliant.
What's it called?
It's called Board Free.
Who's the author? What's it about?
It's about a journey, some guy skateboarded across the UK and Australia. A lot of people along the way said he couldn't do it. And I'm going to read out a letter that was sent to me from a guy called Steve, an Australian bloke. Never met him before, he just heard about the journey somehow. Sent me an email 8 days before I flew out to Australia for the first time with my longboard, and as I read it, I'd just like you to bear in mind that you should never, ever, ever let anybody tell you that you can't achieve what you really want to achieve. It's down to you. It reads, hilarious man, you've got no idea what you're getting yourself into. And neither do any of the people spurring you on in this message board. My recommendation is bring a lot of hardcore sunscreen, bro, you'll bloody need it. I'll be amazed if you make it through one full day without collapsing from exposure to the sun, let alone get across the country. Half the Brits that turn up on Bondi Beach keel over after a day in the sun, and to think that you can brave one of the harshest environments on the planet for the length of time you're planning with that pasty skin of yours is just like... That's the thing about Australians, they can shatter your hopes and dreams in a mere email, but still be friendly enough to call you mate when they're done.
Dave, did you complete the journey or did you not?
I think I might have.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
With Steve, were you really offended by it, or did you actually appreciate what he was doing? Did that help you in terms of...
This is Steve who wrote the letter at
Yeah,
the beginning.
yeah.
No, I didn't appreciate it at all. I knew it was going to be hard. I knew the dangers, and I think anyone who does these things is fully prepared. It's the same decision to undertake these expeditions. It's not crazy. It's amazing that he took the time to write such an articulate letter, which was just outstandingly negative.
I thought the actual kind of last line was actually him almost saying, God, I wish I was you. You know what I mean? Like I was thinking that he was reading that and he was actually saying...
Possibly. He could have said it in so many different ways.
I know.